All right, I just got done watching the Delta Force dev stream talking about Season 2, which is apparently launching on January 18th. They showed off a ton of stuff that I really liked. There's a ton of stuff I didn't really like, and we're going to get into it all in this video. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for more FPS content. My name is Big Fry. Let's get into it. So I want to start off with the things that I didn't like because there's a few of them. They don't overpower the rest of the show, but I'll be honest, not very impressed. First off, this new shield operator they got coming out next week looks like it's about to be a fucking disaster. It's a shield op, it obviously deflects damage, but you also get a grappling hook that looks like it can reach halfway across the fucking map. When you hit somebody with it, it pulls them to your position, anim locks them in place, they can't do anything, and then you can just shield bash them to death. So it's essentially, if you can grapple somebody with the hook, they're fucked. All of the gameplay snippets that they were showing just makes the thing look completely busted and broken. I'm never a fan of anim locking a player in place to where they're basically screwed. When games do it, it pisses me off. So I can't imagine how much rage bait there's going to be by people just playing this operator. Obviously, we got to see what the cooldowns and shit look like. We didn't really get an in-depth look, but from what they told us and what they showed us, it doesn't look that great. Now, the biggest piece of news that I just wanted a bunch more information on was obviously the Blackhawk Down campaign, which, as we knew back in December, was coming with Season 2. And the first thing they showed us was a screenshot that said, coming soon. Even though we knew that the patch was releasing on January 18th, but it became abundantly clear in that moment that the campaign isn't launching on the 18th. So it's going to be launching at some point in the next couple of months as Season 2 progresses, which again, that's okay. What kind of gets me worried though is the way they were describing how much effort they put into this campaign, but at the end of the day, they made it, they emphasized that it's not going to be perfect. Now, I understand, you know, we want developers to be transparent. We want them to be open and honest. Not very often do you see developers just come out after hyping a bunch of cosmetics, a bunch of new maps, and a bunch of other stuff to then go, you know, we've put a lot of time in and it's not going to be perfect. Like, I heard that. There's a delay on the release. I am no longer confident in the Blackhawk Down campaign, which is really, really unfortunate because this is one of the major staples of why I was excited for Delta Force. Like, we have the operator stuff, we have the multiplayer, we have the operations, which I do enjoy, but the Blackhawk Down campaign was like numero uno on my list of things that I was excited for with this game. And now I'm a little bit worried. What pissed me off even more during the show was we got cinematics for butterfly knives. We got cinematics for weapon charms, but they couldn't even bother showing us anything related to Blackhawk Down. What they did do though is tell us exactly what each mission is going to entail. There's 7 chapters and it spans the entire Blackhawk Down campaign. So if you watch the movies, if you played the old games, you know what's coming. But I just found it weird that we got no gameplay. We got some cool concept art for each chapter. I think that was, it was odd. It was cool, but also like, okay, like no gameplay, like not a teaser. We didn't get like a 5-second look. Like, we got nothing. We got some gameplay back in December that you guys are seeing on screen, and I think this looks good, but reading between the lines as to what they were basically telling us today is that the game is not going to be perfect. They put a lot of effort into it. They tried to faithfully recreate what they thought were the best moments of the Blackhawk Down movie and the campaign, and we got no gameplay. And there's 7 chapters, and hey, it's coming at a point in time in the future. This was my reaction when they just moved on, and it was basically a cliff note in the entire 2-hour presentation. We got a cinematic
game, these benefits, these rewards.
We got a cinematic for a fucking butterfly knife, and they couldn't show us 5 minutes of gameplay? What in the fuck? Explain. We got gumball events, fucking red guns, we got turbo bricks. What's happening? And while that's a little hammed up for the chat and the stream and the energy, the statements ring true. We got cosmetic trailers, and the amount of times I heard them say exclusive rewards or time limited rewards or earning rewards was too damn high. The two new maps that we're getting, one is called Knife Edge, one is called Trainwreck. Both of them actually look really, really cool. And one thing that I did respect that they did was that they showed editor footage of just flying around, making changes, and it actually showed some of the tools at work, which as somebody who is on a team developing our own game, I thought that was really, really cool, very insightful. I love the additions that they're doing to Zero Dam as well as Space City in the operations mode. All of that is cool. The new maps are sick. The additions are sick. Oh, another thing that I actually really enjoyed, they're bringing a 3v3v3 mode to the game with like, there's gear loadouts that if you win rounds consecutively, you can like upgrade your gear and shit. That mode looks really, really cool. The new weapons, I mean, there are more weapons to play with. That's always fun. You love more content. What I didn't like was a huge focus on cosmetics, exclusive timed modes, exclusive timed events to earn more rewards. It felt like a conveyor belt of here's more things for you to unlock and earn. Here's more things for you to unlock and unlearn. Here's more things for you to unlock and it was a lot. As somebody who I like grinding for things, I felt like I watched a 2-hour ingest more content, weapon charms, skins, sprays, give me it all. I felt a little out of place. And then, like I said, the one thing that I think I'm excited about more than everything else, the hype during that part of the show was at an all-time low.
We know that our campaign will not be perfect, but it is something we poured our hearts and soul into it. And we want you to really experience the difficult missions we created with so many details. And we want you to really find your dream team and power through the difficult missions. Like I've said this before, this will not be a perfect campaign, but it is something we worked really hard on.
What does that mean?
We want you to experience the old legendary battle. It's not going to be a shooter gallery for fun. It's going to be a faithful recreation of what we believe some of the most iconic and greatest media in both movie and game.
So I'm sitting here wondering, I'm excited for Delta Force in the future. I like that they're putting this amount of effort into not only the content itself, but the communication. Dev streams like this are always great, and they basically got right to the point, but it's starting to feel a little ham-fisted. And maybe it's just because there's been years and years of watching Call of Duty kind of do the same thing. Now we're seeing the Call of Duty train, the hype train on COD is off the fucking rails. And I don't mean that in a good way. It's a literal fucking train wreck, but we're seeing them talk about Squid Game skins and event passes and fucking this shit. I'm playing Arena Breakout. There's event tickets. It's starting to be a lot. And realistically, what I was looking forward to most was a Blackhawk Down campaign. I found out it was co-op, which I thought was really, really cool. They're saying that you can pick up the best squads. That tells me that we're going to see 4-player co-op, which again, really, really cool. The fact that they're not acting excited for it like they are with weapon charms and cosmetics makes me really, really worried. And I hope this is one of those things where the developers are just being really, really humble and they're setting expectations low. Because I got to say, that took my expectations down significantly, which maybe is the goal of them. We get in there and it blows our fucking minds. Who knows? I'm going in expecting this to be shit. And if you asked me a month ago when we saw that gameplay snippet, I wouldn't have believed that I'd be saying that only 3 weeks later. But in the back of my mind, I'm sitting here waiting for the Blackhawk Down release, and I really hope that it's better than what these developers are trying to serve us right now in terms of a hype factor. But it's one of those things where we're just gonna have to wait and see. If you guys want to watch my entire reaction to the event, it's over on Twitch. I usually don't like streaming multi to these things because sometimes DMCA strikes come through, sometimes copyright strikes, and they take down streams if it detects automatically that you're watching copyrighted content. YouTube streaming sucks sometimes, so we did it over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/BigfryTV if you guys want to watch the entire reaction. It was a 2-hour show. By the end of it, I was a little over the amount of fucking cosmetics and exclusive rewards and earning rewards and rewards and rewards and rewards. I just want to play a co-op campaign right now. That's where I'm at, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to it. Let me know down below what you think of Delta Force, what you think of the current state of Delta Force. I know there's a lot of complaints about skill-based matchmaking and thermal scopes coming in and the new operator. Now that I'm seeing the operator firsthand, completely understand. Looks broken as fuck. We'll have to see how that shakes out as well. I hope that we don't start going down the road where they feel like they need to completely overhaul the game and bring in new operators that just blow the doors open that are broken. Dude, I'm just... More and more, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking I need a simpler shooter to play. But again, I want to go in with the most positive mindset I possibly can and see where everything shakes out. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Leave your comments and your thoughts down below. I want to see where my community's at with Delta Force in 2025. My name is BigFry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.